This is Admin Junior.
Sven.
This is Sun. This is the RWBY Universe Podcast.
Yay!
So, woohoo! Yeah, it only took me 1,000 likes to finally get this going.
When did you suggest that we first did this again?
Like 1,000 likes.
Yeah, it was at our birthday.
4 people, 2,000 likes, 1 tester.
Jesus.
Wait, but isn't it 5 people?
Yes, it's 5 people.
Correct,
guys.
5 people.
Okay. Well, that was a thing.
Junior was mistaken.
Real quick, before we continue, that little mix-up there reminds me of, did any of you see the Saints Row 4 trailer?
Yes.
Where
yes.
there's a word in it, like, where it's like, oh, wait, let's go back, we gotta redo that.
Yeah.
I want all trailers to be like that.
Okay. So, it's Weiss Week.
Woo!
Yes.
Anime crush. Yeah, she's my anime crush.
Nah, Blake is best
I
girl. We
still
all
don't-
know Blake is best girl.
Oh, shush, Junior.
I still don't approve of that ship, son. That ship needs to go sink.
What?
Sun,
Hey,
yeah.
don't disrespect Winter Sun.
That
I
ship
know-
can go sink.
As much as I don't see that ship happening, I can understand the logic behind the ship.
Thank you.
Yeah, I won't disagree with the logic. I will disagree on a purely me basis. No, I don't want it to happen.
That's
White
fine.
Rose forever, okay?
I agree with Pyrrha.
I don't care.
You boys and your girl on girl ships.
If you think about
I know, right, son?
Why can't it be a straight ship, huh?
No, hold up. Son, you've written like 4 fanfics that are all girl on girl. I don't want to hear anything out of you.
Well, I guess I'll give you a point considering we...
Still a bunch of guys encouraging strong girl action.
Well,
I want
Or
to see
why
guys
can't it be
encourage
guy on guy
guy
ships?
action, thank you.
Well, if you think about it, Yang and Sun, there are only 2 guys spread across 6 girls
Say what now?
between Juniper and Ruby. There
And
are
I've
2
read it
guys.
Well, you know, you can do preposterous things like, I don't know, like Roman and like Junior.
Adam and Son, I ship it. Adam and Son.
Hey,
No.
careful who you ship me with. My bazooka is a
I
powerful
didn't say
thing.
junior. I said Adam and son.
I
No,
ship
Sun-
Roman and Junior.
Sun said Roman and Junior.
Ship it.
I don't want to hear it.
Actually, I ship Junior with what is the 2 girls he has? Milan and
Whoa, threesome ship. Jesus.
Whoa.
Hey. The heart wants what the heart wants, okay?
Actually,
For some reason, I picture those being like either his sisters or like his daughters.
No.
Daughters? Really?
You never
are you
know.
accusing me of having a wife?
Why not?
I love how offended you are by that.
Oh man.
I mean, this is coming from the guy.
A wife is a bad
I was gonna say that I apologize.
To be
That
fair,
was really, really bad.
Junior, to be fair, you did try to kiss a 17-year-old girl.
Hey, I didn't know, okay? I was drunk.
You're always supposed to ask
Hey,
age.
that's
I was drunk.
Yay.
personal.
Doesn't actually look like she's 15. Like, when you really
It was one time, okay? It was one time.
And guess what happened that one time? You got your wang crushed.
You're gonna get the Hardy Boys on you now. Just get the Hard Boys.
Alright,
So-
so, back to the topics, boys.
Well, we were on topic. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
So, since fanfics were brought up, we're gonna tell you our favorite fanfics. Who wants to go first?
Do-do-do-do.
Let's just do the same order that we did the intros in.
Totes. Jess, what's your favorite fanfic?
Well, it's not exactly my favorite, but it seems to be getting a lot of good reviews and attention. It's the White Rose of Vermilion by
Link?
Rubayashi. Totally butchered the name, but
You
they
spell
can
that?
check it out.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, by the way, links to everything we plug in this podcast are gonna be in the description of the video.
Sounds good to me.
Well, thanks, but don't interrupt me, son.
Excuse me, I just had to make that clear.
I feel like
Okay.
if I'm missing
Well,
Don't go crushing my wang.
Hey, cool. Chill.
not yet.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
That
Whoa!
one. I heard that.
Whoa.
Focus. Gosh, it's gonna be so much editing.
Not really.
It's the White Rose of Vermilion. It's where Ruby spends her days as a huntress, hunting wild game to support herself and her older sister Yang, who's apparently a blacksmith. They live humble lives until one pivotal decision drags them and the ones they love into a deadly game of shadows, where the Grimm aren't the only enemies. That sounds like so much fun! It's adventure and romance, so...
Yang the blacksmith.
Hey, that actually does sound pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I like your over the top enthusiasm for it. It was awesome. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I've actually read White Rose of Vermilion. I will agree. It's probably one of the best, if not the most well-written RWBY fanfics out there. And I would definitely recommend it. It's if you like fantasy, kind of like in that same vein, I guess, of like Hunger Games and sort of Lord of the Rings.
That's
just
what
like,
I thought when I was reading the first chapter of it. Like, this reminds me of Katniss. So.
The Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
That's thorough. So I'll tell you right now, I can't wait for the next chapter. It's like tearing my heart out. Go read it, please. It's awesome.
So we can see down the line.
Yeah.
Alright, Pyrrha.
Okay, so my fanfic is not ongoing currently. It's actually completed. It's actually it is my favorite fanfic since it came out back in, what's the year? October. It's called Coffee with Strangers by Tiger Lily 22. And the summary reads, it's an alternate universe fic, and Yang decides to sit down with an enticing stranger for coffee. Very descriptive, I know. But basically it's one of those like college, everyday slice of life type deals. It's a Bumblebee ship, so if you don't read. But
Yes.
Bumblebee.
Under the table high five with Junior. Anyway.
Under the table high five.
Anyway, no, I definitely recommend it. It's really fun. It's very lighthearted. It never gets too dark. Which, being RWBY being the type of show that it is, a lot of the fanfics feel the need that to bring in like a big overarching bad guy, or it's got to be something big that's coming for the girls. But this one is a very, very nicely paced, everyday. It's very sweet, and I like it. Yeah.
Aww. Made me cry.
Shut up.
Made me cry.
Yeah, you will be like this instant.
I'm gonna cry.
Alright, so I assume it's my turn?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're gonna do it in your RWBY voice?
Oh God.
This RWBY fanfic. Is titled Cat Got Your Tongue. Okay.
See what's the expect.
So,
Oh God.
10 out of 10 on my voice. It's amazing.
Very sexy.
So
Whoa.
this fanfic that I picked out was is called "Cat Got Your Tongue" and it's by Steal Your Food. And basically, what it was when I came across it, I was on a monochrome trip.
Oh, it's always fun.
Yeah, and I mean, the general idea behind monochrome is pretty cool. But when I got this fic, when I read this fic, it was mainly about how Yang and RWBY were having a sister's day out and left Weiss and Blake alone in their dorm. So they decided to go out, and they meet along with Sun.
Yay!
Basically, from there, it just gives a little bit of typical building between Weiss and Blake, how you would usually think of it. But it's nice for me because it adds in the flair, the other variable of Sun.
Yes.
To bring in another, what's the word I'm looking for? To bring in another sort of
Awesome
perspective.
character.
Yeah. To bring in another character, to bring another perspective into the ship, and it's actually there's a little bit of feels in it, so it's not a bad fanfic. I'd recommend it.
Cool.
I don't know. Feels are awesome.
Feels
All
are-
of the feels.
all the feels.
Feels are awesome until they're not.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ren, why don't you tell us about your favorite fic?
What the red?
So far, my favorite one is "If Your Jewels Are Fires." It's basically the guy that like Cody and I 22, and basically the guy that made it put his own little fiction team together, which I personally like it like this because so far he's kept with the canon of RWBY, and like it's showing everything from a different team's point of view, so it's pretty interesting. Like,
so like you mean like it's the events of Volume 1, but from a different team's perspective?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's cool.
Up to like where I am right now, which is chapter 11. It follows canon, and then after that, so far it's not because they got up to the episode 16, which is where canon ends for right now until season 2 comes out.
Woo!
After that, but it's really interesting if you guys just like reading like OC fanfics like I do personally.
Yeah.
So, you guys
They're very much like feels. They're like they're good when they're good, and when they're not, they're not.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's OCs, yeah.
They're really bad, apparently.
Oh, they can get really bad.
They can get really bad.
It depends on the OC.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It depends on the OC, and it depends on just a bunch of other factors. Like I hate self-insert fics. I despise them. They always come off as clunky.
That's the most I want to think about it. Wait, what was the crap I was gonna say? That's all.
Well,
Okay.
son, why don't you take it away?
Well, I hate to be that guy, but my favorite fanfic, one that actually both made me cringe and cry at the same time.
Oh, it's always good when it does both.
Exactly.
I think I know which one this is.
It's gotta be Roses and Ice by our very own admin Pyrrha.
I remember reading that one.
I tried.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's got everything you can want. It's got the fluff, it's got the fluff, it's got the dark, it's got the feels, it's got everything.
It's got incredible torture scenes.
Yeah, it's cringeworthy and feels-worthy.
Hey, no spoilers.
It's 10 out of 10. Would read again.
Be careful with your wording there, man.
But yeah, I think it's really good. You should check it out. And like I said, it's done by our admin Pyrrha. Can't get any better than that. I was gonna plug my own fic, but I was like, nah. I don't want to be
very biased in that.
Yeah.
So, I feel like, coming from a writer's perspective, something like that is a good thing. To have it cover the entire spectrum. You can bring in more viewers or more readers. You can bring in more reviews. So
Yeah.
being able to touch base with someone who doesn't necessarily like the fluffy, but they like the darkness, having that is a good thing because you can become more well-known, more recognized for spanning the entire spectrum.
Well,
Yeah,
like I said, we've mentioned, because I guess I'll just mention it since I wrote the bloody thing. The reason I made it so dark is because I had this whole timeline set out, and I only had so much time to write for the story. So I introduced the villain, and I was like, how do I get the readers to absolutely hate this villain in one chapter?
Well, you succeeded.
Oh, I know. It worked.
What is it?
I
And
think you surprised them all, too, because you got some back.
I lost so many readers. I had so many, reviews and stuff. And I felt really bad for it for a while. It's just like, I tried, guys, but this
What?
was a point for all.
And I mean, you can correct me on this, Pyrrha, because it is your fic after all. I still think it's actually one of the most read RWBY fics out there on Fanfic.
I wouldn't say that, but
I know it was in the top 20 for a long time or something.
Wait, what?
Well, because there was only 800 fics.
There was only 800.
Too much.
Now there's 10,000.
There's about, I think, 2,000 last time I checked. I haven't read fic in a couple weeks.
I think I need to go on a hunting spree for fanfics now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not my best work, but hey, people enjoy it, seem to like it, so.
Yeah. What is it?
Not gonna argue if people want to read it.
So countdown time. Little under a month until Volume 2 premieres at RTX.
There is no stopping this hype train.
No, the hype train has no brakes.
The hype
Hype train has been breakless for a while.
No,
Yeah.
It's getting ready.
In case you guys, yeah, I mean, in case you guys haven't followed it, there's new theme, there's new opening animation, new faces, new locations. It's just gonna be amazing.
Amazing.
Like I cried when I first watched the opening animation, and what is it? Ren, Pyrrha, and Junior. I think you were all there with me when I first watched it.
I was, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
You were
No,
geeking
because you were
out.
the one. You were the first one, I think, at the group to see it, but I can't remember the exact time when we all saw it. But I remember just my jaw absolutely dropping. Even the first bar of the song and just the very first opening.
What
the
is
first
it?
opening scene was
I was all hyped up when I saw Sun's team. I was like, OMG, this is a thing.
Team lads for the win.
Fan
Are you
service.
thinking Gavin's gonna be on that team?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've
Gavin's
predicted
gonna be
it.
the gunslinger.
I've predicted it. He's gonna be I think he's gonna be the guy with the blue hair and the gun.
Yeah, the gunslinger.
Yeah.
Alright, so real quick before we get too far into it, let's go back to the theme. What did you guys think about it?
Time to say goodbye.
Time to say yeah.
By the way,
goodbye.
that's what the new theme is called. Time to say goodbye. On my opinion, I feel it's 100 times better than This Will Be the Day.
I honestly do like it a lot more than This Will Be the Day. And a little known fact, surprise junior admin fact, me being a drummer, it's incredibly fun to play behind the set. It's so fun.
I'm still trying to play along guitar, but that's besides the point.
What about you, Yang? What do you think of the new stuff?
I love both the songs. They're just very upbeat and empowering. So
I listen to them
I
while
don't
I'm
mind
cleaning.
Either song, so
I strap on that cleaning apron and then I put on the theme and then I just jam out.
Honestly, I kind of see the new song being a little bit foreshadowing for the season. Like you just really listen.
Yeah, it was. If you read the lyrics, it's like really
Yeah, I
foreshadows.
was going to say, because after the second chorus and during the bridge, during the reprise,
Whenever the song slows down.
it's and I don't know if I'm getting these lyrics exactly right. Were we born to fighting die, sacrifice for one huge lie? Are we heroes keeping peace, or are we weapons pointed at the enemy so someone else can claim a victory? I mean, that right there screams
Foreshadows.
It screams foreshadowing about what season 2 is going to be about. And just from those lyrics alone, you can spin a whole giant story arc about what could be happening in season 2.
I'm actually one of those people that got to theorizing. I'm pretty sure I told all of you guys my theory, but I don't know if you guys remember from the opening in animation, Penny and all those her friends, quote unquote.
her friends.
Her
friends.
quote unquote.
Yeah, let's put that in quotes. Her friends.
Yeah, my theory was I actually had a really interesting theory. It was along the lines that the big bulky dude in the middle with the trench coat, because trench coats are amazing. My theory was that it was Weiss's father, and then the soldiers were Schnee Company guards, and the other two people were representatives of Schnee, and Penny was a secret project being done by the Schnee Company, and Weiss didn't even know about it.
That's not entirely far-fetched, but the story arc that I thought of, and I'm pretty sure it was either Yu-Sun or it was Ozpin, or it was one of the other admins that came up with it. But the one lyric, and the place that I frequent a lot, us collectively thought that Ozpin has rather a secret agenda planned for Beacon that they aren't necessarily
Because
training hunters. They're training warriors. They're training weapons. And Ozpin,
I've been there. Me along with everyone else in the fanon. I've been theorizing ever since the end of Volume 1. Like, I was really trying to... I was really asking about the post-credit scene. And also before the credits, on Ozpin's scroll, where he got the message from Crow, you remember? The queen has pawns.
Yeah.
Like, what was that about?
I'm pretty sure most people believe it is Crimson and Little Goons.
Yeah.
Because Crimson pretty much, from what it seemed like, was in complete control of the operation. She was just using Roman as means to an end, but simply to gather dust for some project, perhaps.
Well, now, from the production diaries, I think it was RWBY Production Diary 2. You actually got a little bit of dialogue from Cinder's character.
Yeah. Also, I like to thank those production diaries for causing very heated debates in our chat.
Yes, indeed.
I don't remember. I still haven't watched those.
Alright, I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't like Velvet's outfit. I don't.
I love her symbol.
Her symbol, yeah, I love the symbol.
I like her symbol, but her outfit's just...
What is it? The one I liked from the when the finalists, I liked the one I don't know if you guys remember. It was the pink overcoat with the glasses.
Yeah.
I loved that one. I thought that one was awesome.
The one that won was the one that won.
Yeah.
Nice to see fitting out character.
I mean, yes, it's unique in the fact that you will not see another design like this. You won't see another costume like that in the entire world of Remnant. Even the designers themselves said that. But personally, it's not terrible. But at the same time, I don't believe it's the best costume for her.
Yeah. I don't want to be a hater, but I'm going to be anyway. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks this. Velvet, she does not fit in at all with her team.
I don't know.
You have all these awesome looking. You got a beefy dude. You got a girl with bandoliers of bullets around her and stuff. You got a guy with blades on his hands, and then you have Velvet just there.
I'll be honest. I was talking to some of the fans on the page about this when I posted the picture of it was the silhouettes of Velvet and her team before we actually saw the team itself. And I remember talking to some of the fans, and we were theorizing that I actually am going to reserve judgment until we actually see them interacting. But I agree with the fans where I say the big guy is gonna be the big brother type to Velvet.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
I think they're all gonna treat Velvet like the little sister of the group.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a fan art picture going around of Velvet and the girl with the bandolier.
That was posted earlier today.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on our page.
I did post it, yeah, because I was
A new ship ahoy!
I was trying to start.
It's Velvet times whatever that girl's name's gonna be.
I feel like that needs to be a full Faunus team. I feel like that needs to
Well,
be full Faunus.
I know I want full Faunus team. But
people are saying, oh, I hope Sun's team is full Faunus. I'm like, I'm not very fond of the idea of a full Faunus team.
Okay. My thing about...
I mean, I don't like Sun's team design really that much anyway. Like, the one I have the most problem with is the guy with the red hair. I don't like his design. He looks like a complete jock kind of guy, you know.
Remember, I thought he was a girl for a while.
And he has hair. He has the hairstyle of Skrillex, which automatically has my disapproval.
Like dubstep.
That's it. Something real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Ren.
My thing about a full Faunus team is look at how they're treated by some people. I mean, when you really think about it, it's because of how the White Fang is acted, most people really just don't like Faunus in general. I feel that it could be a place where Faunus could try it, or regular people that don't out Faunus are pretty much forced to get along with them. Otherwise,
except Cardin.
That's how it is.
Except Cardin.
Yeah, except Cardin. Cardin can go die in a hole.
But that's
well, let's not forget that time we played Clue on game night and we tried to kill Cardin, but we accidentally killed Weiss.
Yeah, I remember that. That was our first Clue.
That was amazing.
That's another story for another time.
Just a couple things, just to finish out the topic of the all Faunus team. I actually, just with what we know of Austin's characters and just the little subtle hints that we're getting, that he's kind of like, he is very much the Wizard of Oz. He's playing things behind the scenes.
Ozpin the ostrich.
Yeah.
Oz is. So, I think he knows. Ozpin, I think, would be that kind of character that knows that doing an all-Faunus team would be the worst thing to do, because he knows a storm is coming, and he knows that we need to cooperate to have any chance of it. So I think he'll be more the person that is making sure these people are on the mixed race teams. Like an all-Faunus team could happen, but I feel like it's just better if not. And also, just one note on Cardin. Pyrrha kicks all of Team Cyrodiil's butts during this trailer, and that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Especially with what they try to do to her last season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a good moment. Jean actually stood up to the man.
I don't want another.
With a jar of jelly.
I really don't want them to focus on.
So kids, you want to know how you deal with the bully? You throw a jar of jelly at them.
Alright, how about...
But I forget what I was gonna say something, and then I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
New locations. New locations.
We don't, well, I don't know what they're...
Well, I mean...
Well, I already know there's gonna be new kingdoms introduced.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna see the other kingdoms now.
Like yeah.
'Cause I don't know if I'm...
As far as kingdoms names go, I don't think we know those
I
yet.
think Atlas is the only one.
Which is where Sun's from, correct?
It was Atlas and I think Minstrel, I think it's called, because that's where Pyrrha's from, because I think that's a separate kingdom.
Yeah, so we have Vital, which is where Vale is from, or Vital, whatever the heck you want to call it.
That's called
Which is
That's where
Vale.
Vale is from.
I thought Vale was the name of the kingdom.
No, that's the name of the city where Beacon
That's
is.
the name of the city.
Oh.
and
Well,
then you
my
have
life's been
Atlas,
alive for
you
the past
have
year.
Whatever the place here is.
Minstrel, I don't know how to pronounce it.
What is it? And Atlas is where from Sun's from, right?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. So,
And then we don't know what the academy there is, because Vale has Signal, and then
Signal and then Beacon.
Signal, Beacon.
Signal is like high school, I think.
Yeah, well, it's a secondary, it's a primary school, and then Beacon's a secondary school, technically speaking. Because like Sanctum's a primary school, and that's where Pyrrha's from.
And
Anyways.
if you guys want to see the first episode of Volume 2, if you're going to RTX this year, make sure you tell us and you send us pictures of you with the cast if you can get pictures with them. Because we will post those.
Yes,
we
it
will.
I mean, right? Right, Yang?
Yes.
We will share those pictures up the wazoo.
So, before we wrap up, do you want to go around in a circle and just do like moments we're excited for?
Yeah.
Like
So,
predictions?
So, how about we start with, first of all, our favorite moment from Volume 1, and then we'll go on to what we're most excited for in Volume 2.
Alright.
We'll start with Yang.
Wait, excited for this?
Start with your favorite moment from Volume 1. And then say what you're most excited for in 2.
Oh, wow. I don't really have a favorite per se because I like mostly all of it. The way the weapons were designed and some of the character development that went on.
Oh yeah, Pyrrha goes nuts about that.
We'll talk about that next podcast.
We'll talk about it next time.
I will talk about it next podcast.
I mean, I have to see it build up. I need more character development.
All of the build up.
In Volume 2.
I think what she means, I think what Yang means is she just wants to know the backstory behind her character.
Yes! But even like my own tag, I don't know much about Yang. So I'm like, come
Other than
on!
the fact that you crushed my wang.
Okay, Junior, can we not?
Just one time!
It was one time.
But it was the most traumatic of times.
Yes, it was a very traumatic moment for me, okay?
Good, then you don't want it to happen again.
What is it?
See.
The next 15 minutes beating the crap out of him.
Yeah,
You
true.
killed my DJ. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, why would you hurt Dead Bear? Why you gotta hurt Dead Bear?
Trying to get him.
You hurt the poor innocent DJ.
After you put out a cheat
To
code.
be fair, I did kind of.
Well, you know, it was in self-defense.
So,
Self-defense.
You punched Junior across the club.
Yeah, it hurt. Okay.
Junior was a perp, though.
You crushed his wing, and then you sent him flying with his crushed wing.
On me.
You're the one. Well, to be fair, you're the one who tried to kiss him.
You asked me to call you sir for a reason. I was trying to give you some respect.
Authority figure.
Yes, it's respect, and you still
Power.
punched me across the room.
So, what are you most excited for in Volume 2, Yang?
we didn't go through. Oh, never mind.
The action. I'm waiting to see the action and
All
the
of the
fights
action.
and yeah, I'm just waiting.
The stuff that matters. The action.
Yes.
Explosions. Make it look like a Michael Bay movie.
That's too much.
Just for no reason, Cosmin drops his coffee mug and just explodes.
A nuclear explosion.
Alright, so, Pyrrha.
Oh, okay. So, do you want me to do my first favorite moment from Volume 1 first?
Yes.
Yes, volume
Okay.
first.
Alright, so favorite moment from Volume 1, actually isn't an action scene at all. It's the, it's that, you guys all remember the fight between, Weiss and Blake?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh! Which reminds me of that time I did the perfect Weiss impression.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
I'm a victim.
I'm a victim!
You know why I despise the White Fang?
God, stop.
Anyway.
Alright, what's the stuff?
Because they crushed my wing.
Alright, anyway, but I like that scene because it gives I feel, you guys all know that I love character development. I like any, snippets of lore. I'm very much into lore of anything.
I can hear on that.
And, this is, during that conversation, we got little snippets from both sides. They both had tough childhoods, but then you got a little bit, you all know that Weiss is my favorite character.
Which is where Monochrome started, that argument.
Exactly. I think it started before. Anyway, moving on. There's little snippets of she had such a rough childhood because you can extrapolate from what she says that she may have been shut away because her father didn't want her to get hurt. She probably lost family members to the White Fang because of it, and she didn't choose the life. She was born into it with these people just feeding her.
I didn't choose the Schnee life. The Schnee life chose me.
Oh my god, son.
Can't believe you just did that. Anyway.
I'm interrupting him.
Anyway, that, to me, that I really liked when a story generates sympathy for a character in a very good way, and I feel like that conversation did very well too. While at the same time establishing the problems between Blake and Weiss, it also generated this is why Weiss doesn't hate the White Fang because she's just racist. She hates them for a very good reason.
Weiss the racist girl.
I will hurt you. Anyway, I love that. I love that. And then 10 minutes later, they ruined it all by them making up in 12 hours. Because
Yeah.
Seriously, they just dropped it.
I was.
It wasn't 12 hours, wasn't it 2 days?
Well, no, they said they were looking for her for 12 hours.
Yeah,
Wow,
remember,
I didn't watch these things because I don't remember much anymore.
she's like, I spent the last 12 hours looking for you, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, I don't care. It's not you. And it's like, what? You didn't talk about it. You just, Anyway, that's for another podcast when I rage about the character development. Volume 2. Volume 2 is we got a lot of hints in the theme that we're going to be looking at Pyrrha a little bit more. We had the whole change between where last volume is Pyrrha coming to comfort John, putting a comforting hand on his shoulder. This time it's the other way around where John is comforting Pyrrha, and then Pyrrha's going one-on-one against Cyrodiil. And it's just her. No, none of Juniper's there, but it's just her. And I am really excited to see what they're going to do with that because I feel Pyrrha is one of those characters that we have. She's got that baseline, she believes in good, all of that. But I feel like Carden has a grudge against her now because of what happened in that forest, and I feel we're going to see the fruition of that. And even though I want to see it, I don't want it to take 4 episodes.
Yeah. Well, I think, honestly, I have a lot of faith in Volume 2 because they hired 20 to 30 people just to work on RWBY.
Well,
Like, I think there's a whole section of their studio just dedicated to RWBY.
There is.
Good to know.
Alright, so
And I bet you at this moment, Monty's not animating and he's busy playing DDR.
That's how
Alright. Junior, go ahead.
Alright, so I believe it's me. And, actually, it's funny that you said all of that before, Pyrrha, because that is exactly what I looked for in Volume 1. Was the fight between Blake and Weiss was actually probably my favorite part of Volume 1 for the exact same reasons, because it gave character development, it gave plot development, it accelerated what we were looking for in the entire story arc of RWBY. It gave a little bit of backstory on the corporate side of RWBY with the Schnee Company, and then it also gave a little bit of the rebel side, we'll call it, with the White Fang. So it tied in a lot of plot elements that weren't there in previous episodes, and it was just something that I absolutely loved. And right after the fight, you just get this massive amount of sympathy, at least this is what I felt, this massive amount of sympathy for Blake because of what she went through. And for me, it wasn't so much Weiss, because I personally like Blake, because Weiss's personality for me kind of offsets who she is as a character. So I immediately, right then and there, felt vast amounts of sympathy for Blake. And just there on out, after meeting Sun, and I agree, the makeup period was a little bit too short. I think that a little bit more conflict with a little bit more plot development would have been nice, but it's what we got, so it's what we have to deal with. So, in Volume 2, again, I will rant with you on another podcast with it. But in general,
I guess we'll dedicate a podcast episode just to ranting.
Yeah.
What I am looking for in Volume 2, and I discussed this with some of the fans too, is just overall, in general, plot development, character development, you name it. I want to see backstory on the Red trailer. I want to see who Yang was looking for. I want to see the deal with Adam. I kind of want. I honestly want to delve deep into the backstory with the White Fang. What happened with the White Fang? Why did they turn so violent? What was Adam doing with Blake? What were they doing in general? I mean, I know they were robbing a train of dust, but what's the intentions? I mean, why is Yang pursuing whomever she's pursuing? What's the deal with the bad guys? It's just giant plot holes that I am trying to look for, that I am trying to fill. And in all honesty, because of the place that I frequent, I don't know if I should state it or not. Should I, son?
Go ahead.
Alright. Well, there's this place called, and I don't know if any of you fans are familiar with it, or if any of the other admins are, but there's this place called the RWBY Fan on Wikia. And I am a reviewer there, so I review OCs as a part of my duty on staff. And for me, looking at it as a reviewer, there's just so much that I need to know, want to know, so I can develop other reviewing skills, so I can see what people are creating, to see if it's canon, to see if your character can fit in the RWBYverse. But that's something entirely different. If you want to, go check out the site. Fine by me. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you.
Link will be in the description.
Link will be in the description. But that's what I look forward to in Volume 2. Just the giant story arc that needs to be finished. The plot holes that need to be filled. Just, Season 2 hype.
All of the hype.
Alright. So, now that I've taken a considerable chunk up, why don't you go ahead, Ren?
Well, my personal favorite moment from Season 1 was whenever Team RWBY and Juniper were fighting the Nevermore and the Scorpion, the name I forgot.
Deathstalker.
Deathstalker, yeah.
It showed, like, in my opinion, it really showed what the teams were going to be like. Like, right then and there, that was the moment when you could tell that's what the teams were going to be, and that's what it was going to stay. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I can.
I understand.
And if it's cool, I can comment on that scene because I was gonna comment on it anyway. If it's
Okay.
cool, Ren.
Go on.
Go ahead. Say so.
I liked that scene a lot because it was really, like you said, it kind of showed us this is what the teams were gonna be. I had a complaint with it though, was these teams just they weren't even the official teams yet, and they were just thrown together in the spur of the moment, and yet they fought in pretty much perfect unison, and I felt like that should take development. Like, they shouldn't have been able to fight so perfectly in unison their first ever battle as a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can see Ruby and Yang doing that.
Well, yeah,
because
Ruby and Yang, but they just got paired up with Weiss and Blake and John and Pyrrha and Ren and Nora. They just got thrown together into a team, so none of them know their fighting styles really. So it's like, and yet they fought like in perfect unison. I felt like it should have been more kind of chaotic because they were trying to figure out, this is my strengths, these are my weaknesses, this is what I'm good at.
This is my swamp.
Yeah, I thought it would be more awkward when they first fought together, but
Yeah.
it seemed very fluid.
Yeah, that was my complaint with that scene, but it was a amazing scene. But yeah, go on, Ren. Sorry.
That was what I was gonna say from season 1, but things I really want to see in season 2. More character development for the characters I feel really needed. Like Ren and Nora, they only appeared in maybe 2 episodes, and Ruby and Yang. Why? Because they're part of the main team. Ruby is pretty much the main character. Jean and Pyrrha did not need 4 episodes out of the 16 that we had. Just for that, I thought it was a bit over.
We do not need another John arc.
John arc. A schneehehe. Schneehehe.
Hey, Austin would be proud of me.
Schneehehe.
But I also really want to see what is, because if you guys remember, at the end of one of the episodes, I don't know which one it was, but there was a map that Roman had. It showed the city. It was pretty, like, there was a bunch of arrows pointing through it, and they finally ended off at Beacon. That makes me wonder if Roman and Cinder are planning an attack on Beacon. I mean, if you looked at the intro, how the city's on fire. So that makes you think perhaps they're gonna try to attack it.
Or maybe it was just Yang having an outburst.
Well,
I mean, she did set the forest on fire, to be fair.
Good to be next in line for wing crushing.
Oh God. The cringing. It's real.
Batter up.
But yeah, the main things I want to see: character development and more backstory, obviously, and I don't know, just more development for the villains. I feel, because I mean, 1 or 2 episodes they were there, but that was about it.
I can agree with that. I can see what you mean.
And I kind of want to know more about the Grimm. I mean, we just kind of know they exist and they're there. We don't really know much about them themselves.
Pyrrha kind of talked about them.
Yeah,
It's not really good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah,
True.
Where they came from.
Where did they come from? Why are they? What
Well,
did they do?
they talked about that in the intro sequence to the first episode.
Very first one, because the Grimm are there. Because
The Grimm were there before Man, right?
Yeah, and then Man started fighting against the Grimm, fighting against Dark.
And then they discovered dust.
Yeah, so we'll save that for another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, King of the Monkeys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ren. Were you? I'm sorry. I cut you off.
The greatest
that's
stowaway ever.
But I was also kind of wondering, why is there only 5 cities, like 5 major places? Like, why isn't there more? Is the Grimm really that much of a threat? I mean,
There's so many questions that need to be answered. Like, we'll rant about all the plot holes and the missing character development in the next podcast.
Reminding you to tweet your questions to Monty where you know he's not going to answer them.
Or he'll say, "Oh, I know the answer," but you're
Because
not gonna know.
Monty's answer to anything RWBY related is, ha 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 ha, I know. Like, you'll say, you'll ask, why are Yang and Ruby sisters? And then Monty will reply, ha ha ha, I know.
Speaking of teasing, okay, RT is really pissing me off with the fact that they keep teasing Bumblebee. Like, every now and Aaron and Barbara are going right along with it, and it is tearing my heart out. I just want to know. I just want to know if Bumblebee can be canon.
Really wants to know.
I want Yang and Blake to be a thing so bad.
Well, they said in one of their live streams that out of all the ships, Bumblebee had the most possibility so far.
And I found a picture. I find it pretty funny. I'm probably gonna post it.
Yeah, post
very
it.
Shortly.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna post it very shortly because it's quite enjoyable. But anyways,
Great stowaway.
the Monkey King. No, you're not Mogar.
Great
Monkey
stowaway.
King.
Just gotta pass the
The
medical.
Monkey King.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to?
First of all, my favorite moment from Volume 1 is gotta be my fight with Roman. Because that was like, my jaw dropped when I saw the beauty that is Ryu Bang and Jingu Bang. I was just like, I'm in love. And then Blake had to jump in and ruin the fight. Like, honestly, I think I could have given Roman a run for his money had Blake not jumped in out of nowhere.
Well, like, 'cause I remember, I forgot which admin posted it, but the opinions, the fan opinions on who would win in a fight.
Yeah.
Winner's son. And I responded saying that I would think it would be a draw.
This was before you were an admin, I
This
think.
was before I was an admin. And, I know I talked to you about it, Matt, and I think I talked, or, Bren, and I think I talked to you about its son. But, the only reason I said that is because Roman has no problem deflecting point-blank shotgun bullets.
Yeah, oh,
Shotgun
he's
bags
great on defense. I just don't think he's great on the offense.
without a sweat. Because the only way Roman would win is if Sun stops letting up and slips. If either one of them slip up somewhere, it's the end of the fight. Because
Yeah.
the only thing that Sun really has going for him is the way his weapon
his
is.
speed.
And the way-
He has his
the
weapon,
way
his
he
speed, and his
fights,
acrobatics.
His weapon and his speed and just his overall speed. Roman has combat over him and
Experience.
combat experience, and he's a ringleader, if you will. So he kind of has a little bit of knowledge on tactics of how people work and how to plan.
I mean, I'm sorry, honestly, my favorite part of that scene was when Sun dropped the banana on Roman. That was just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Alright,
oh. And then what I'm looking forward to the most in Volume 2, it's actually it's kind of a tie for me. I'm really, honestly, super looking forward to Sun's team because I have so many questions about it. And then the other thing I'm looking forward to is obviously the backstory on the main characters. But I'm also looking forward to the backstory on the villains. Why are they all working together? How did they meet? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I'm also looking forward to answers as to Ozpin and Crow and how they all coincide. Ozpin and Port and Goodwitch and Oblique, how they all coincide. Because I think they coincide, I just want to know why and how.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But that's what I'm looking forward to in Volume 2. Those three things. It's a tie. Sorry, I couldn't pick a favorite.
Alright, well,
before we go, we want to sincerely thank you all for...
I have the exact number right here. We collectively at RWBY Universe, as admins here,
At this
would like
very
to thank
second.
all 2,153 of you for supporting this page. It means a ton.
This
to us.
podcast wouldn't happen if it weren't for you. It also wouldn't have happened had I not gotten off my booty and actually...
All without our fans. Come on now.
Yeah, it's all about the
Podcast,
fans.
But the page itself.
Yeah, the page wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you guys. And we love you, right?
We love all of you.
All of you, we love you.
From the bottom of my shallow heart,
Well then, that took a drastic turn for the worse.
I know. Admin Junior does not have a shallow heart. Legitimately, I think I can speak for every single one of the admins. From the bottom of our souls and our hearts, we sincerely thank you, the fans, for making everything that's happened here and everything that will continue to happen here in the future.
Yep, trust me,
possible.
we have more amazing projects planned for the future, so stay tuned for those.
Also, make sure to hit up, you can ask Sun.
Hit up
Make
our,
sure to
yeah,
hit up the Twitter feed.
that's gonna
and,
be in the description, and then hit up our RT group, join it. That's also gonna be in the, video description. And yeah, make sure you just subscribe to our YouTube channels. It's gonna be, somewhere on the YouTube page, because
I do believe, I don't know, you want to drop that,
and
in the description, like, for when you post it?
for what, the subscribing?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's gonna say but yeah, I'll drop a subscribe link anyway. So I'll drop a channel link. So yeah, actually, Pyrrha, that's actually a good point. Thank you for typing that in chat. If you guys actually wanna ask us questions, we'll answer them in the next podcast. Just tweet at us at RWBY Universe, or if you want, you can post them on our Facebook page. Either one works, and we'll answer those in the next podcast, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Most of them.
So, from all of us, thank you again for all the support. Make sure you click the designated links in the description. And this is Sun. I will see you guys in the next episode. You guys want to take it away?
Thanks, guys. Ladies and gents, Yang Ping out.
And then it all goes downhill in the outro.
Okay, I got this. Stage fright. This is Pyrrha. It's been fun, guys. Can't wait for the next one. Take care. Have a good one.
Red, go, Red, go.
This is Red, and thank you guys for liking the page. See you guys next time.
Oh, and tell all your friends to like the page. All of them. Even your grandparents. Tell them to like the page.
Tell all the friends to like the page.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your dog to like the page.
I was waiting for that one.
Tell your goldfish if you have one.
But Jake, did you say bye?
This is your favorite family juniors signing off for the RWBY Universe Podcast. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Take care, guys.
Love you.
Fun.
Hi, everyone.
I ship us.
All of the shipping. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.